Welcome back to another video here. Today's actually a pretty exciting one. I am training in my new Xero shoe sandals, and the ones I have here are the I believe this is called the Z-Trek, and this is my first time training with them, but I've definitely already been walking around with these sandals, and I gotta say it's extremely comfortable and it's very low to the ground. It does what it says. It's extremely supportive and highly durable, and you'll see how I use these sandals in action today. For anybody wondering what's the whole point of going minimalist or minimalism with the shoes, pretty much having absolutely zero to no heel and low to the ground, is that you want your feet to be connected to earth. Pretty much, it's that simple. These are your feet is what gives you information sends throughout the body, and this information is dealt and felt through the sensory system, hence our feet. Every time we make contact with the floor, every time our feet make contact with anything, we get information with it. So people who tend to wear cluttered shoes, or like those big shoes that kind of put their feet in a cast, so to speak, your toes aren't able to move freely, and all at the same time they they get locked up, so to speak. So your full potential is pretty much inhibited by the footwear that you have. So in short, Xero shoes will allow that freedom. Now if you see here some of the warm-ups I'm doing, I am doing a lower body day to day, and it's going to be a couple of hip swivels going on here. The first movements that you saw me do when I was on all fours are just like hip cars, and cars are something that you can learn from functional range conditioning, the FRC cert, and there's just some really good ways to stabilize the hips, and a lot of people's hips are not as stable as they think they are. Believe you me, doing single leg work will tell you that. Hence the warm-up. If we're gonna work on pistol squats today, I really want to make sure that my hips are stable, my hips are strong, and that I'm able to get very low to the ground. So today you'll notice that I'm going to do a whole bunch of pistol squat variations, and then I do a little hip swivel on the floor, actively trying to pull that knee into the ground, and then I add a little bit of my own body weight, and it's a very nice way to just get those hips awakened. Now after this, might as well get into the deep squat, which you're going to practice. So I'm a firm believer that these close squats, or the Chinese squats that they call them, hands down one of the best movements that you can do for improving your ankle mobility and stability. Now I'll do a little windshield wipers here. This one I actually picked up from Dmitry Klokov, and then this one over here is just some basic squat internal rotations, some external rotations involved as well for the hip again. And again, you'll see with these Xero shoe sandals, they're very good with twisting, turning, and some rotational exercises here. So again, I really like these. I'm gonna use these every single time I do leg day, especially because the movements that you do with sneakers and you go into a very low to the ground piece of footwear, completely different. I can do pistol squats on my right leg without support, but without the sandals, with the sandals, I cannot do the pistol squats, which goes to show you how much these sneakers are actually aiding you for your ankle support. We don't want that. We want our own feet to be able to support themselves. So this just turns your body weight training into a whole other level. So if you're somebody who can bang out like 50 pistol squats, try with minimalist footwear. Try barefoot. It's a completely different animal. So now I'm working on the close squats again here for about maybe sets of 20. The more you move, the more you move. So I'm going to continue working on my Chinese squats here, so to speak. So getting really comfortable in that low squat position here. Of my warm-ups here are just working on the actual single leg squat in and of itself. So getting really low into that closed squat position, aka the Chinese squat, and you alternate with the pistol squats, going back and forth 5 seconds each rep. This is a really good way to get comfortable in that bottom position. And by all means, if you need assistance, use assistance. You'll find that sometimes I'll fidget around, then I'll grab the wall, rock back, kind of lose it. It's perfectly fine. Just get back into it. The other thing here also is, if you are not somebody who has trained their hips or trained single leg work or pistol squats for that fashion, your hips and quads will cramp up tremendously. And it's annoying. You get used to it at first, but I have to warn you that you will be cramping. Alright, and now we get to the actual workout in and of itself. So what I'm doing here is incremental set. And what I mean by incremental is I'm going real slow for about 30 seconds into this pistol squat position. Certain positions I'll freeze and I'll count like maybe 5-6 seconds, and then I'll keep lowering. But this is extremely effective. Again, getting the hips conditioned and getting into that single leg work. You want to use some balance here if you are not proficient enough in doing the pistol squat by yourself. Now, going with the squat on my left leg is my strong leg, so I can definitely do pistol squats with the left leg, but I want to keep things ironed out and still use the gymnastic rings here. Making this tougher, use the other arm and close it into your chest as close and as tight as possible. This will give you less leverage rather than extending your arm out completely for more leverage. You also want to be able to gauge with the gymnastic ring here, or a TRX or resistant band, whatever you're using, how much force you're putting, how hard are you clenching it. Are you using all your fingers? Are you using 2 fingers, 3 fingers? These are all little ways to incrementally increase the level of difficulty to the pistol squats in the assisted version. And this is brutal, excessively brutal. I'm going for 3 reps here, 30 seconds. So that means that I'm literally doing 30 seconds for each leg 3 times. It's a long set, it's very brutal. And finally, we're gonna work up to our assisted pistol squats here. This I did for 2 sets of 10, the incremental squats that I was doing with the gymnastic rings. Because it's so long, I'm only doing it that 1 time. So 3 reps equates with the set. So I'm doing only 1 set of 3 reps, 30 seconds. Don't forget that. And now here is just an extra burnout. I'm using the P bars here for some assistance, but not all the way, not entirely. I kind of let go. I go all the way down with the assistance, and then I come all the way back up with about half of assistance of the parallel bars. Just another crafty way and resourceful way to improve the pistol squat ability here. Remember, you want to get your legs very used to this. You just don't jump into it haphazardly, especially if you're somebody who suffers with knee valgus. Alright, and then lastly, for 2 more just burnout sets here, going for sissy squats with the P bar for assistance. Really getting my knees out in front of me, squatting, and then coming right up. This is amazing for the knee health. This is amazing for your quad development. Don't let folks tell you that getting your knees past your toes is a bad thing. You're actually doing yourself a disservice. And again, try not to use as much of assistance as possible, just lightly gripping it and then using most of my legs to come right back up. You'll notice how I kind of use my fingers to assist me rather than the whole palm. And so again, these Xero shoes, I love them. This is my little squat workout of the day. Wearing the Xero shoes definitely made it more of a challenge, especially from a balance perspective. Semi-fitness. Peace.